Gary, Cambridge at home this weekend. Let's look back at that game against Southampton on Tuesday. How beneficial was that to certain members of the squad who perhaps haven't had much game time, haven't started a game in a while, and those players that were coming back from injury?
Yeah, I think it was really important that, the big thing is getting players back from injury physically, and training is one thing, but getting them match fit is difficult because we don't have pre-season games where we can, introduce them gradually. So Caleb got 20 minutes, Fitzy got 30. Some players who haven't been playing regularly in the league got valuable minutes, and I think that's important as well for timing, for distances. You can train as much as you want, but nothing replicates the game. So it was a really good workout. Southampton were excellent. They had a young team, but they were, a very good football team. They caused us some problems that we had to deal with, but on the day I thought everyone applied themselves really well. We scored 3 goals, we played on the front foot, we created numerous other chances, so everyone came away from that feeling better about themselves and looking forward to Saturday.
James Scott with 2 goals in that game. For someone like him, in terms of confidence in front of goal, that must have been really beneficial for him.
Yeah, definite. For everyone to get, a win. As all, any game you play, you want to win. But for strikers to score goals, the disappointing aspect was we conceded 2 late goals when, the team was changing. We were making subs. The game got a bit ragged, but for the first hour we were excellent. Jamesy, scored 2 goals, created other chances, had other chances he could score. Katie scored a brilliant goal from a short corner. So there was loads of good positives from the game that those players can, take into training today and tomorrow and into Saturday.
And of course, it continues that positive relationship that we've had with Southampton for a year or so now, something that you'll be looking to continue with going forwards?
Yeah, definitely. We always want to have good relationships with, local clubs. I say local, that I know they're miles away, but they're fairly local to ourselves, and somebody that we have had links in terms of loan players. We loaned a staff member last year, so I think it's a really good football club that will be a Premier League club again next season, so we want to continue that link for as long as we can.
Looking at the game in question, Cambridge, wasn't that long ago that we were away at Cambridge. What can you take from that game? What lessons have been learned from that game that will help us going forward into this one on the weekend?
Yeah, I think we need to be better. We were second best that game, especially first half. We didn't get out the traps and we didn't get going in the game. Hopefully we don't get a soft penalty given against us, because that, although we started badly, that, gave them the lead that they could then sit back. But we know they're a really competitive team. They will put us under pressure, they'll make us defend, and we have to stand up to that. But we also have to be brave in possession. We have to try and control the game in the right areas of the pitch and play on the front foot and create chances. So recently we've been doing that. I think we've been on a good run since that game. Saturday was a really tough game against Blackpool, where I thought the players gave everything, and we've really found that you have to play really well if you want to win against the top teams away. But I think Saturday's a different game. We're at home, we're in good form at home, we're unbeaten in the last 3, and we have to continue that form.
I think when we spoke before the away game, you identified the things that Neil Harris had come in and changed for the better at Cambridge and how they were playing. From their games since then and the analysis that you've done, has that remained, that style of play that he's implemented?
Yeah, I've played against him when he was Millwall manager, and he's no different. He's a competitive guy who had a fantastic career as a player and as a manager by being competitive. So when you play against any one of his teams, you have to compete. And recently, they've played Blackburn in the FA Cup, where they took the lead twice in the game. They were, very competitive, even though in the end, Blackburn run out convincing winners. They gave Blackburn a lot of problems. So we know how difficult a game it's going to be, but we want to focus on ourselves at home. We are a different team. Recently, we've shown real good form against some really good teams, and we have to continue that on Saturday.
At home, 3 unbeaten, 2 wins and a draw, 3 very good results. An opportunity to make it 4, and should we do that, how important will that be going into what is now a busy period of 2 games a week?
Yeah, I think it's a really important period when you play, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. You can, make a big change in a short space of time, and that can really build belief quickly. Our form at home is going to be vital. We have to make sure that St James Park is a fortress, that teams come to our stadium and really don't look forward to playing there. We have to make sure the supporters are, right from minute one, ready to get behind the team and give the players everything they need in those 90 minutes to win the game. And hopefully, that this run that we're on can continue, and we can celebrate, many good games and good results at the park for the second half of the season.
I think you know what's coming now. How is that hunt for the next recruit coming along?
Yeah, it's going well. I love January, as you can tell. It's a difficult window to bring players in. I think so far we've brought 2 very good players in who've contributed. Luke's been great in the 2 games he's played, and Ben came on Saturday and showed the experience and the quality he'll bring to the team. So for that front, we're very happy. We are, I think with a joint, or at some midway point of Wednesday this week, we had done, I think it was a 4th or 5th most business in League One. So everyone is kind of trying to get the same players, and everyone is struggling to do that. There's still a number of teams in our league that haven't signed anyone. So I think what we've done is good. We still need to do more. We're still working hard to do more, but it's something I think we have to be patient with. If the rest of the league had signed loads of players and we were down the bottom of incomings, then I'd be very worried. But we're not. We have to stay on the plan that we've kind of put forward. We have to make sure we get the right players in, and I think it'll go right to the very end of the window that we can still bring in players and make sure we bring in the right players.
Would that be your message to the supporters, that it is a waiting game and just to be patient, there's still a week and a half left?
Yeah, it is. Ultimately we wanted to bring in a striker on the first day, but Haaland's been injured, so we couldn't get him in. So we had to wait, and I think, every week there's been different players that became available. Every week the ones that were available then aren't available, so it's really isn't an easy process. It's not as easy as just saying that's the player we want, let's get him to the club. I've spoke to several different players in several different positions that still could happen or might not happen. I'm speaking to more players today, this afternoon. Marcus is speaking to clubs, speaking to agents. So this is out with, preparing for the game. It's 24/7. We are constantly looking and trying to bring the right players into the club, and I am sure come the end of the window we will bring in more players, and they will be the right players to make the team better for the second half of the season.